Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in tonight. In honor of the World Baseball Classic Finals Championship game, as well as the fact that I have had some really horrible luck opening up cards, we're going to do a little bit of a blitz. So I have pretty much the same standard cards packs that I usually have. However, the bigger potential cards, I do have 2 packs of each one of those, trying to break my streak of not getting much out of here. Don't know how much it's going to help, but we're going to go ahead and see what we can find. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time since I do have some extra packs tonight. I don't want this to be a very long stream. But I'm going to go ahead and open up starting from left to right, starting with each stack. Kind of have a basic ranking of least potential to the highest potential. And so we'll go ahead and get started here with the first stack here. We are going to start off with 91 Studio. And we're going to look for Bagwell rookie here. We're going to start off with Brian Holman, Tom Browning, Darren Dalton, Roberto Alomar, Gary Carter the Kid. Miss him so much, one of my favorite players. Pedro Guerrero, Julio Franco, Ken Caminiti, Doug Drabeck, looking kind of like Tom Selleck, and then Tom Glavine. And then moving right on in, we're going to go ahead and get 92 Studio out of the way as well. And we start off with Oral Hershiser, Jeff Montgomery, Delino DeShields, Paul Molitor, Steve Sachs, Jeff Russell, Lee Smith, Jack Morris, Steve Finley, Mike Henneman, Eric Karros, and Greg Jeffries in the Thinking Man's pose. Not a whole lot out of those two, but not a lot out of that entire series here. We'll go ahead and get started here with 91 Score. Still looking for a Mussina rookie. Have not pulled one of these out and getting very close to the end of the box, I believe. We're going to start off with Brian Harvey, Bo Jackson, which automatically makes this a good pack in my eyes. Cal Daniels, Roberto Alomar, Mark Dewey, one of the guys that I really enjoyed watching play in AAA when he played for the Norfolk Tides. Todd Van Poppel, which would have made this a really good pack back in '91, but obviously we all know he didn't live up to expectations. Are we getting a Mike Mussina? No, we have a Mark Newfield. And then we have a Dave Cone K-Man. Mark Knudsen, Jose De Leon, Eric Yelding, Bob Welch, Roberto Kelly, Kevin Romine, Scott Bradley, and Scott Sanderson. So, not a horrible pack. Not a great value pack, but as far as sentimental favorites, it's a nice pack. All right, now we're going to go to 1988 Score, looking for Tom Glavine, Matt Williams, among others. And we're going to start off here with Ray Knight, Dennis Eckersley, Donnie Baseball, Rafael Palmeiro, Gary Templeton, Greg Harris, Willie Randolph, Lonnie Smith, Don Slott, George Frazier, Dave Leeper, Kevin Gross, Ellis Burks, Jerry Reed, Von Calderon, Les Lancaster, and Doyle Alexander. So a few pretty good names there. Some names that I really like out of that pack. All right, and then we're going to go to a 91 Donruss Series 2. Not a very valuable series, but we'll see what we can pull out of here. We're going to start off with Alvin Davis, Geronimo Pena, Clay Parker, Scott Cooper, Andre Dawson All-Star, Mike Devereaux, Gary Pettis, Joe Gray, Jerry Willard, Mark Leonard, Len Dykstra MVP, Phil Bradley, Alfredo Griffin, Luis Aquino, and Chuck Knobloch rookie. So that's not a bad card, one of the better cards out of the set. So definitely a pretty good pack as far as that set is concerned. And then a couple 1990 packs here. We have 90 Donruss again. Neither of these packs are very valuable, overproduced. Some good rookies in there, so we'll see what we can find here. Start off with the Carl Yastrzemski puzzle piece. Dan Quisenberry, Steve Lake, Norm Charlton, Dennis Rasmussen, Trevor Wilson, Randy Kramer, Sergio Valdez, Paul Osemacher, Mark Carrion, Jay Buhner, Mookie Wilson, Gene Larkin, Willie Randolph, Diamond Kings, David Wells, Tim Launder, and Mike Greenwell. So a few names in there that I like, but not really one of the better packs. And now we're going to go ahead to 1990 Fleer. Let's see what we can pull out of this one here. And we start off with a Padres sticker. Lee Guterman, Darren Dalton, Charlie Huff, Geronimo Baroa, Cal Ripken and Tony Fernandez shortstops, Ted Power, Jesse Orosco, Bob Ojeda, Joe Orsulak, Tony Fossas, Luis Aquino, Tim Tuffle, Bud Black, Norm Charlton, and Cal Ripken. There is an error variation. This is not the error, but getting the Cal Ripken, a couple Cal Ripkens in there makes that a pretty good pack, but not a lot of value in that set. I really don't know too much about this set here. I did open up a box that had a couple packs of this in it here, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can find in here. 2007 Topps. If you're watching this, if there's something that I missed that has value, please let me know. But I'm not really expecting to find much here. All right, and we are going to start off here with a Justin Verlander no-hitter. Josh Wilson, Alberto Arias. We have a Now Generation Jonathan Papelbon. Let's see, I'm sure that is an insert, but don't know, doubt it has much value here. Hideki Okajima, and then we have an Alfonso Soriano All-Star card. So don't think I got much in there, but like I said, if you see something in there that I missed, please let me know. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into 90 Score, looking for the Bo Jackson football, baseball, as well as Frank Thomas. I have pulled a Bo Jackson football, baseball card out of this box here. Have not pulled a Frank Thomas, but definitely wouldn't mind having either one of those. We have Bob Ojeda, Dennis Martinez, Rich Yett. We have Brent Main, Vinny Santiago, Nelson Santavania, Gene Nelson, Mark Parent, Mark Gubaza, Rick Cerrone, Ellis Burks, Steve Lake, Dave Cohn, Milt Kyler, Mike Huff, and Juan Bell. And we're going to go ahead and jump right on into 88 Fleer, looking for Edgar Martinez, Tom Glavine, or Matt Williams. And we're going to start off with a Houston Astros sticker. And we have a Jose Guzman, Mookie Wilson, not a valuable card, but a sentimental favorite. Wally Joyner, Bruce Ruffin, Lloyd Mosby, Steve Kiefer, Pat Clements, Mike Doon, Jeff Reardon, Eric Davis All-Star, which would have been a really nice card to own back in the day. The Dreaded Checklist, John Cerruti, Jamie Quirk, Bill Dawley, and Jim Rice. So the Eric Davis is the best card, not really a valuable card. And let's go ahead and open up 88 Donruss, looking for my first Roberto Alomar rookie that I've ever owned. Tom Glavine. Let's see what else we can find here. It's not one of my favorite sets, so I never really collected this one, but let's see what we can find. We have Don August, Jose Mesa, Alejandro Pena, Mark Thurmond, Neil Allen, Sammy Stewart, Storm Davis, Steve Howe, John Davis, Vicente Palacios, Tim Belcher, Curtis Wilkerson, Pascual Perez, Rick Honeycutt, and Melito Perez. So seem to be getting the Perez brothers in the same packs in this set here. All right, so we're moving on down the line. We're going to go to 89 Score. Looking for Biggio, Randy Johnson, rookies, Sheffield, a few other rookies here. have not pulled a Sheffield out of this box yet, and only have a couple more packs. We're going to go ahead with Dan Gladden, Scott Fletcher, Mike Eldreddy, Ron Darling, Walt Weiss, Jesse Barfield, Charlie Huff, the Ageless Wonder again, Dwayne Ward, Ray Quinones, Rafael Belliard, Doug Jennings, Jamie Quirk, Fred Tolliver, John Cangelosi, Kurt Manwaring, and Doug Tosenso. So not much out of that one either, but these are the lesser potential packs, so I'm not too concerned or upset. Alright, so now we're going to go to 1990 Upper Deck, see what we can find here, see if we can find a Needle of the Haystack with the Reggie Jackson, or let's see if we can find some of the nicer rookies out of the set. We're going to start off with Eddie Williams, there's Bobby Bonilla, Mark Grant, Roger McDowell, Jay Bell, Ken Howell, the Nolan Ryan, this is his no-hitter. There is a variation, this apparently does not have the bar, but there is another variation that has the no-hitter bar on the card, so don't think that there's much value difference in them, so I'm not too excited to get the error variation. We go to Mark Gardner, California Angels at the time, hologram. Damaso Garcia, Jack Doherty, a sentimental favorite, and Keith Miller. Bo Jackson, which makes this even nicer pack here. David Wells, Bobby Rose, and Danny Darwin. So I would definitely put that in the nicer packs that of 1990 Upper Deck potential there. All right, and we're going to go ahead and go to 93 Upper Deck Series 1, looking for Piazza, rookies, among a few others. Let's see what we can find out of this box here. We're going to start off with Mike Tomlin. Mike Timlin. Mike Tomlin is the football coach. This is Timlin. Xavier Hernandez, Henry Rodriguez, and we do have our Willie Mays insert card here. This is not the autograph, but that's my first Willie Mays insert that I've gotten out of this box. We go to Bernard Gilkey, Kevin Seitzer, Dennis Cook, Gary Carter the Kid once again, John Burkett, Sammy Sosa, Delino DeShields, Eddie Murray. Have the star rookie checklist with Tim Salmon on the front. And we have Gino Petralli, and then we have a Joe Carter and Roberto Alomar blockbuster trade card here. So not a bad pack there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to 98 Donruss. Again, I don't know much about the set here or a lot of the rookies in here, so I may miss something. Please let me know, and we'll see what we can find in here. All right, so we're going to start off with Henry Rodriguez, Derek Bell, Jay Bell, and then we've got Rigo Beltran, Mike Powell, Tino Martinez, checklist with Levon Hernandez, Craig Biggio, and then we have Andrew Jones, Spirit of the Game, and Scott Rowland, Spirit of the Game. So a few nice cards out of that pack. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get to some packs that I know what we can find out of here. We'll start off with the 1990 Leaf Series 1, looking for Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., a few other nice cards in the set. We'll see what we can find here. Only pulled out one Ken Griffey Jr. and pretty close to being done with this box, so hopefully we'll get one out of here soon. Another one. But we have Scott Sanderson, Fred Lynn, Bob Guerin, John Tudor, Juan Berenger, Jeff King, there's a Gary Sheffield, Bruce Ruffin, Mark Gubiza, Dwight Gooden, Chet Lemon, Delano DeShields, which would have been an amazing card to open up in 1990. Corey Snyder, Eddie Murray, and Bobby Thigpen. And I know Leaf always has the cards in the same sequence, so usually when you see one of them that you know you're not going to get anything really good, or you know you're going to get something really good out of it here. But I always found it neat that they had Dwight Gooden and Gary Sheffield in the same sequence, knowing that they are related. Well, just one of those little tidbits there, kind of like the Perez brothers. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead. I've got two of these. I'm going to save this for a little bit later along with this here. So we'll save those toward the end of the stack here. We're going to go to 1990 Bowman, looking for Frank Thomas, among a few others. And here. And we have a Dwight Smith artwork card, followed by Alan Mills, Rick Lucan, Odeby McDowell, Storm Davis, Ozzie Smith the Wizard, Paul Kilgus, Haskell Perez, Pete Harnish, Greg Jeffries, Larry Anderson, Paul Coleman, Mike Moore, Wes Gardner, and Andy Neslick. So a couple names I haven't heard in a long time, but nothing really valuable out of that pack. And then we'll finish off, which I think this should be the last pack of 1990, looking for Frank Thomas. The outside chance of a no-name on front, but I highly doubt we'll get that here. So, all right, we are going to start off with Jeff Ennis, who recently passed from cancer. So, never really thought he was one of my favorite players, but as a Mets fan, it's still really sad when one of my team players die. So, Mike Rosler, there's a Robin Ventura second year, Rick Lucan again, Tom Pagnazzi, Mike Marshall, Tyler Houston, Tom Troublehorn manager card, propaganda piece, George Bell, Joey Bell rookie card, Benny Santiago, Clay Parker, Joe Baver, Dan Plesac, Kirby Puckett, and Stan Javier. Alright, so moving right on along, we're going to go to 1994 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. I've got a pack of Series 1 and Series 2. We'll always start off with Series 1 here, going in order. Not a lot in Series 1, hoping to get a nice gold signature card. But we're going to start off with Steve Carsey, and then go to Cliff Floyd. Roberto Hernandez, Jeff Conine, Paul O'Neill, and another Paul O'Neill, Eric Hillman, a player I could not stand, not any real reason, I just couldn't stand him. And then we have John Roper with a silver signature card, Mark Whitten, Mark Langston, Ken Caminiti, and last Wally Joyner. So nothing too great in that pack, although Cliff Floyd, probably the best card out of that pack. All right, so now we're going to go to Series 2, where we can find Alex Rodriguez rookies. Derek Jeter is in this series. Hopefully, I've gotten both of those here, but hopefully we'll get a signature of one of those out of this box, and it'd be nice if it's a gold signature if we do. But there we start off with Ken Griffey Jr. Team checklist. These cards are bricked a little bit, but not too bad, and no paper loss that I found yet. Have Rick Sutcliffe. And then we have Jay Buhner again, another player that I really never liked for absolutely no reason, Wally Whitehurst. We have Scott Livingstone, Kirk Gibson, Geronimo Pena, there's a Jim Thome, Omar Vizquel, and Luis Lopez rookie card, and our signature card is going to be James Baldwin, and it is a silver signature. So nothing too great out of those packs here. All right, so now we've got to our double packs here. So we start off, we got a couple 89 Bowman here. So looking for Ken Griffey Jr. rookies. Got 2 boxes running. I really don't know where the one box ends and the other one begins. I'm just randomly picking packs. So even though I've gotten a Griffey out of one pack, you still potential have to get another one, and you always might get multiples out of one box here. But our first card is a retro artwork card, Mickey Mantle. And then this is Brian Fisher. There's a Roger Clemens. This is Juan Nieves. Larry Sheets. Kurt Young. Tony Fernandez. Alfredo Griffin. Pat Sheridan. Ken Daly. Wally Whitehurst again, who I did not like. Dan Gladden. And Mike Walker. Don't remember ever hearing that from. All right, and in our second pack here, we start off here. Looks like a Pee Wee Reese, maybe. No, that is a Jackie Robinson reprint card. John Cerruti, Jeff Musselman, Brian Holman, Dave Magadan, Johnny Ray, Rafael Ramirez, Jamie Moyer, Austin Manahan, who I've never heard of before, Ed Sprague, Randy Bush, and Walt Weiss. So not much out of the 89 Bowman there. Alright, so now we're going to go to 91 Upper Deck, looking for Chipper Jones, Mike Mussina rookies, also looking for Nolan Ryan, Needle in a Haystack, potential autograph cards and insert cards, as well as hopefully finding a Michael Jordan SP1. Alright, so start off with Moise Alou, Dave Magadan again, Frank White, Robin Ventura, Tony Castillo, Frank DePino. There's a Chipper Jones rookie, so finally breaking our streak of not getting much out of there. So nice centered Chipper Jones on the front, very nice on the back. Corners are pretty sharp. This one's not the sharpest corner there, but other than that, it's a pretty nice card all the way around. So we'll hold that one out. We have Jose De Jesus, Kevin Elster, St. Louis Cardinals hologram, Eric Plunk, John Franco, Bernie Williams rookie card, Bob Boone, and Dwight Gooden. So definitely the best pack that we have opened up tonight. And we'll go ahead and open up our second pack here. Hopefully get something else good out of this here. We have Dave Henderson, Chili Davis, Harold Baines, Kyle Abbott, Kevin Mitchell, Jeff Gray, who I do remember but don't know much about him at all. There is a Phillies hologram, Craig Worthington, Terry Mulholland, Greg Jeffries team checklist, Chet Lemon, Jeff Reardon, Lance McCullers, Rick Aguilera, Mark Grace, and last Carlos Martinez. But nothing too significant out of that pack. All right, and then in our last stack here, start off with 286 Donruss. If you've watched any of my videos, I really feel like this is a searched pack. The wrappers are pretty loose here, but we're going to open them up anyway. I'm not going to resell them. Definitely not one of those people who is going to resell searched packs here, and I'm pretty certain that this one is, but we'll go ahead and get out of the way with the hopes that it is. I'm wrong. But we have Don Sutton, Bob Forsch, Pete Filson, Rick Rushell, Pat Perry, Ricky Horton, Jim Presley, Rod Carew, Tom Henke, Mike Fitzgerald, Sid Fernandez, Rob Piccolo, Sid Bream, Doyle Alexander, and Steve Carlton. So another pack that just reaffirms my suspicion here. quite disappointed knowing how much I paid for this box here, but that's what happens. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there who are bad for the hobby by doing things like that, but hopefully I'm wrong. Then we have Roger Mason, Phil Necro, Milt Thompson, Alejandro Sanchez, UL Washington, Lance Parrish, Butch Winnegar, Jim Beattie, Lamar Hoyt, Rick Mailer, Brett Butler, Diamond Kings, George Brett, who's probably one of the three biggest cards I've gotten out of about 15 packs. And we have Billy Bean, Ray Knight, and Ken Daly. So, once again, pretty certain that that is a searched box. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go to 89 Donruss, looking for Ken Griffey Jr. rookies. Had the worst luck ever since buying these in 89, opening up and getting Ken Griffey's. Just horrible luck, so hopefully we'll break that streak tonight here. We have Eddie Murray, Dick Schofield, Jeff Sellers, Don Carmen, John Moses, Terry Steinbach, Ozzie Virgil, Hensley Mullins, Billy Hatcher, Alan Anderson, Scott Gereltz, Mark Clear, Eric Hansen, rated rookie, Alex Sanchez, rated rookie, and Charles Hudson. So, once again, just continuing my bad streak on this pack here. And we got one more. See what we can find. Alright, so we have Bob Brower, Ron Gant, Neil Heaton, Barry Lyons, John Smiley, Jeff Montgomery, Zane Smith, Scott Jordan, Jose Uribe, Carney Lansford, Brian Harper, Danny Cox, Ron Jones, Pete O'Brien, and Steve Rosenberg. So, if I didn't know better, I would say that this box was probably searched because I'm not getting a lot out of it, but I bought this from a very reliable company who is pretty good at detecting search boxes, so I don't really feel like it is. Alright, so now we got a couple 91 Bowman, looking for Chipper Jones rookie in this pack as well, looking for Jim Thome, quite a few other rookies, but those are the two big ones here. We got Bagwell, Mussina, Von Rodriguez, Javi Lopez. I'm sure that there's somebody else that I'm missing, but we'll see what we can find. And it seems to be that the big rookies are hard to pull out of the set here, but I know there's a lot of cards in the set, which also makes it harder. But we have Carlos Garcia, Jose Rijo, Dave Magadan, Tim Belcher, Chris Haney, Eric Karros, Kirby Puckett, Harvey Pulliam, Darryl Strawberry, Joe Girardi, Scott Radinsky, Paul Osamacher, Biff Roberts, and Trevor Wilson. So some pretty big names in there, but not the big rookies. All right, and our second 91 Bowman here. And we have a broken gum piece here. And looks like one of my local favorites here. We got the gum stains, DJ Dozier's from my area. So it's neat to get that. Sad got a gum stain on it, but it's not a high value card either. So we have Jeff Conine, Dale Murphy, Kevin Gross, Alex Fernandez, which would have been a nice card back in the day, Roberto Alomar, Steve Hosey, Greg Carmona, who I've never heard of before. There's a Cliff Young, Dana Howlett, Mike Timlin, Melito Perez, Ruben Sierra, and Jeff Tackett. So not a lot out of the Bowman from 91 in these packs tonight. So now we're going to go ahead and go to 87 Donruss, looking for some of the big rookies here. Bo Jackson, Barry Bonds, Greg Maddux, and Barry Larkin. Alright, so we're going to start off with Tom Hankey, R.J. Reynolds, Casey Kendall, The Dreaded Checklist, Brian Clutterbuck, Dave Parker, Frank White, Kurt Stillwell, Dave LaPointe, Scott Nielsen, Phil Necro, Alan Ashby, Carl Best. There's Will the Thrill Clark, pretty nice card. does have an 86 rookie, so it's technically his second year. And then we have a Pat Dodson. And then in our second pack here, we're going to go and open up here and start off with Mark Langston, Jose Uribe, and back-to-back Bo Jackson and Greg Maddux. That's really sweet. All right, so two of the best cards in the set there. Back-to-back, that's really cool. Frank Tanana, Glenn Hubbard, Jay Howe, Charlie Huff, and Barry Bonds. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing pack here. If we get a Barry Larkin out of here, I will flip. We have Ken Howe, Willie Wilson, Gus Polidor, Rafael Santana, Ken Oberkfell, and Steve Sachs. So that's probably one of the best packs I've ever opened. Really cool. So definitely breaks my streak of having some bad luck with opening packs. All right, and with that, hopefully our luck will pass on over to 89 Fleer. If you've watched me, you know that these are error packs, so there is potential for Bill Ripken error. Haven't seen any of the Jeff Treadway errors, which is the other big error in the set, but also the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. So hopefully we'll get one, if not both of these. These are actually out of two separate boxes, so there is more potential for a duplicate of a nice card. And we're going to start off with Ricky Henderson, Don Carmen, Pete Incaviglia, Pete Smith, Kirby Puckett and Eric Davis, Bob Horner, Keith Atherton, Howard Johnson, Eddie Murray, Mark Clear, Jamie Quirk, Dave West, who recently passed as well, Rich Yett, Eric Davis, Kelly Paris, and Trevor Wilson. So nothing too great in that one. And in our final pack of the night, we are going to open up starting with a Yankee sticker, Darryl Strawberry, followed by Cal Ripken, Jeffrey Leonard, Bill Buckner, Kevin Elster, Doug Jones, Jeff Treadway, and no crosshair error there, so didn't think that we'd find one there. But we have Dave Gallagher, Chris Spire, Spike Owen, Greg Maddux, Bill Wegman, Stu Clyburn, Brian Harper, and Mike Bilecki. So really only two packs that were really good, but that 87 Donruss, I still cannot get over opening up Bo Jackson, Greg Maddux, and Barry Bonds. So really stoked about that pack. All of them are really good shape, very sharp corners, pretty good centering on the front and back. So I don't think I'm ever going to open up a pack with three of the four best cards and possibly the three best cards in the set. So that's really cool. So thanks for stopping in. I'm glad I finally broke the streak of having some really horrible luck in opening packs. Please like and subscribe. Share any comments that you have below. I'd love to read any feedback. But hope to see everybody back soon. But thanks for stopping in, and hope everybody has a great night.